It's a moment.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the official DLGB live stream for Round 4 2025, presented by the great people at Reinhold Media. You join me here at a currently very, very warm and sunny corner of Wales, here at Pembrey Circuit. The home of Welsh Motorsport is playing home to Round 4 of this particular round of this year. We're really looking forward to it. Incredible grid for you guys today as we finish up a few laps of practice. We are just going to get those guys out of the way, get them ready for qualifying. My name is Harry Clayton. And typically, I am joined by Mr. Yogi Kaziz, but today an imposter has found himself into my realm. Introduce yourself, please, Mr. Imposter.
So, my name is Brandon Carter. I've done quite a few different commentary jobs in other places, but this is my first time under Drift League, and it is a great honour to be here and being a part of our national series. Obviously, like you were saying, the weather's absolutely stunning. Drivers are going absolutely crazy in practice, so we've got to see how they do in quali.
So yeah, today will be the day for our Pro Class 2 action. This is the contingent of drivers running on road tyres. So as always, we will start the event proceedings by looking back on the previous rounds and seeing who currently stands where in the championship. So, starting from the top as we wish to go on. In first place, 16 points clear, Mr. Kieran Bond. Harry Cunliffe second, 92 points. Jack Coburn third with 81 points after missing the first round. Ryan Milton in fourth, 77. Very commanding place for the little MX-5. Chrissy Palmer fifth, 76. Callum Allenby sixth, 68. Toby Walker in seventh with 66, but not making it this weekend, unfortunately. Michael Bennett in eighth with 62. Hayden Renton ninth, 57. Amindagas 57 also in 10th. Johnny Crisp sitting 11th in the points for 55, but not making it again this weekend. Rob Spray in 12th with 52, Nathan Rudd 13th with 51, Mark Brown 14th with 51, but again mechanical problems for Mark Brown, unfortunately leaving him out of competition this weekend. Luke Talley, the Irish phenomenon, sits 15th after just one round. Michael Dargan 16th with 45 points, Connor Ritchie 17th with 44 points, but unfortunately again not making it. Molly Kerr, again another driver who unfortunately can't attend this weekend, currently sitting 18th on 43, Paul Seymour 19th with 41, Scott McDermott rounding out the top 20 with 38, Vicky Weaver-Lynch very close behind, also on 38 points, 21st. Paddy Byrne, 22nd with 37 points. Edgar's Krumens, 23rd with 36 points. Alex Williams, 24th with 35 points, but unfortunately, again, not making it this weekend. William Hardy, here present and accounted for, in 25th with 35 points. Patrick Rakovic sitting 26th with 32 points. Jarvis Williams in 27th with 31. However, Jarvis having mechanical problems, not able to attend this weekend with his car. Rich Graham, 28th with 31 points, debuting the brand new E30 for him. Looks very, very interesting and exciting. Jason Caven sitting 29th with 30 points. John Salmon in 30th with 30 points. Thomas also with 30 points, sitting in 31st. And Jonathan Hargrave running at top 32 with 26. So with that being said, obviously I did mention a few drivers that are not going to make it this weekend. So we will be now going to the actual entry list this weekend. We have a few faces not here with us, but we have a few new drivers that we're very, very excited about. So I will just go over the entry list now. So, as you can see, our current entry list, unfortunately, Mark Brown, again, out of competition due to gearbox failure. Rob Spray, Nathan Rudd, Michael Bennett, Ian Walpole, Kev Florence, Paul Seymour, Matthew Gell, Paddy Byrne, Paul Shield, Jack Coburn, Tobias Walker, Mindagus, Hayden Renton, Yanis Tirums, Vicky Weaver-Lynch, William Hardy, Callum Allenby, Alfie Hunter, making his competition debut with us at Drift League, Scott McDermott, Alexander Williams, unfortunately not making it, Nerejas Dovidatis, Rich Graham, Patrick Rakovics, Carl Perrin, a new entry to Drift League GB. Really looking forward to seeing Carl drive in the S14. Edgar Crummett, Damon Haskett, Ryan Milton, Michael Dargan, Claudio Uhas, Jack Chapman, Kai Barlow, Chrissy Palmer, Tom Simpson, unfortunately, again having to battle competition with mechanical failure, Kieran Bond, Harry Cunliffe in a very different car this round, which should be very interesting, Nathan Latore, Oliver McDermott, Tom Morris, Matt Fitton, Ross Juniper, Gabby Pudigente, and Luke Talley, John Applin, Martin Lorenz, Artem Sirikovs, and Patrick Bukovinsky rounding out the entry list for today. Brandon, seems like a pretty stacked grid.
Yes, it does indeed, Harry. And I mean, there's a lot of talent in Class 2, which obviously I was saying to you earlier while practice was going on, that there's plenty of drivers that are more than capable in Class 1 as well. So we'll have to see what they can do as we get towards the end of the season with their points.
Absolutely. So we are going to take a 2-minute break, get up onto the lorry so we can see what's actually going on, and we will pick up with you guys shortly. Thanks very much. Glad to have you with us. Is my monitor working? Anthony, please check if my monitor is working. A 1221 microphone checker, 1221. A 1221 microphone checker. A 1221. Bubbles, you love hearing the sound of my voice. Please don't lie.
Check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
My microphone is on mute.
Oh, yeah.
Now leaves the line in the 335i, slightly more modern chassis, N54 still under the hood. Good entry from Jack there, a little bit much of a drag on the one, a lot of left foot brake to try and keep the car steady, but does make it out to clip 3, brings it down through the transition to clip 4, nice and wide, very, very good. Slow angle though, which may impact his score. Good through the Manji, ooh, just about keeps it gathered up, gets the car slowed down, scrubs the speed off, brings it out, and not a bad run there from old Jack Chapman, hand out of the window. I think he's going to be quite happy with that.
Yeah, definitely. Solid first run. Lots of angle, lots of style, plenty of speed. Is what we like to see. And the judges are definitely going to like the commitment. As, that is definitely, if you're not going to
as
really
Jack
make it around.
pings it off the limiter, screaming and shouting, he's happy. I think he should be, to be fair. He was saying that he felt like he just needed a bit more time to gel with the car. Obviously, that's his third event in the car now, first year in competition.
Wow, that's quite a push, really. So fair play to him. Like, it's not.
And it's an N54, so there's every chance it could leave the rotating assembly on the track. As Hayden Redton leaves the line now, a lot of aggression in the little V8 compact, pink and white. Hayden flicks it in, shallow angle, very, very good, keeping the speed. Oh, the big hydro drag there, try and get the car out wide, but it does make it work. Maybe not ideal being off throttle in that section of the track, but here we go, and he brings it down. Lots and lots of angle, sets the car up nicely for the Manji, bringing it down into the hairpin. Very, very good, keeping it nice and wide to the outside of the circuit. Very, very good run by the previous winner of the last round.
Yes, definitely. I mean, what's not to love? An E36 compact. It's pink, it's white, it's got a V8.
Compacts though?
Oh, I love them. I've got a soft spot for them. One of the first ever cars that I drifted was a 36 compact, funnily enough.
Fair enough. I remember back when I started getting into, so 10 years ago, you get on those 500 quid. They're not 500. They're not 500 quid no more, ladies and
If
gentlemen.
only.
Yeah,
If
that was back when they were the ugly duckling of E36s and nobody wanted them.
Yeah, and now look at them. They're the most popular.
Yeah, it's actually crazy because they're not a very complex setup on the back. It's all like E30 suspension. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're not the easiest to get grip out of, so if you can manage to get a grip set up on those,
it's a cut and shut job, isn't it? As Michael Bennett leaves the line, back in the OG Team Bennett mobile, E46 2-gen of the bonnet, big faint entry, but just hesitates slightly and grabs the handbrake, bringing the car out nice and wide. Very, very good run so far from Michael Barron. All fluff there as he brings it out. Very, very, very good angle from Michael, making that wide. work backwards and forwards. It's an absolutely incredible car, that thing. Super, super incredible build. Michael has spent a lot of time and money on that car as he brings it across the line. Sure, he'll be happy with that for his first ride out in the old girl for a very long time. Obviously, Michael giving that car over to his son Jack to compete in the big class with it. Michael obviously running his simple seat time Stallion V8, but not been able to get a clutch in time, so that car is pulling double duty this weekend.
Wow. It just goes to show how strongly these cars are built, how much craftsmanship and engineering goes into them to be able to do what they do, especially with the temperatures getting hotter as well.
Yeah, and of course the Dave Yandel built 2J in that car as Ross Juniper leaves the line.
Oh yes, so this is a very interesting 350Z. Definitely the most interesting sounding VQ, but as he goes into a quick one, kind of struggling to be able to get the car around into 2 and 3. Has to sacrifice 3 and lots of shallow angle as they come around now into the Manji section. Definitely struggling, not the strongest run so far, but obviously 2 runs are available, so he's got to make the most of the second run as he comes across the line.
Yeah, I think Ross maybe just being a little bit scared of the car there. A little bit. I mean, I wouldn't say scared in general. Have you met Ross? He's a huge, great beast of a man he is. So I'm a bit scared to say anything bad about him in case he comes up here and boxes my ears in. But Ross, I say absolutely good job so far. Maybe just needs a little bit more haste, a little bit more speed, and she'll all come good.
Oh, definitely. I'd say the car's more scared of him, if anything.
I'd be scared of Ross. Have you seen the guy?
Yeah. Oh yeah. First time I ever saw him was at Driftland round 2, and he is a big guy.
Any man who can stand for head tattoos is a very, very strong gentleman, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, they're the scariest kind of people.
Claudio leaves the line now in the V8 Turbo E36. Sounding a little bit flat there as he initiates. Not behaving for him. The car seems to catch a lot of grip as he comes through. Possibly, I don't know, maybe a mechanical issue, or maybe just a right foot issue there. Obviously, this track does require a lot of commitment as he goes to the Menji, but he's very, very straight and a little bit scrappy. But he does sort of gather the car up towards the hairpin, but again, a little bit shallow on the end clip and across the line. Not a run he's going to want to stick on Mum's fridge in the kitchen.
No, definitely not. It did sound like it was a bit low on power, if anything. Maybe possibly engine issue, but...
Yeah, I know my way around BMW8s pretty well, and I can tell you for a fact that one was quite flat.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's just how it is. They're pushing these cars to the limits that they were never designed for. So it's just one of those where, unfortunately, these things do happen.
But one of the best things you can do with a BMW8 is stick a blower on it, as this gentleman will hasten to add. The car on the line now is Alfie Hunter, S14A, turbo BMW8, supercharged BMW8 under the bonnet. See-through doors, very, very cool. As Alfie initiates, very, very good line so far, but a little bit of a wobble there coming through into clip 3, gathers it up for 4, nice and wide and fluid to the end of the track. Obviously, car a little bit undressed, does normally have a wing and a rear bumper on it, but it looks like maybe that had an unfortunate impact with the tyre barriers. Alfie gets to the Manji, but transitions in slightly the wrong place, but does manage to gather it up, come out to the end of the track and across the line.
Definitely not a bad first run. I mean, I'm kind of shocked in the state the car is in, to be fair. Like, literally last time I saw it was in pretty good condition. It's definitely...
no battle plan survives first contact with the enemy.
Yeah, I mean, just going past us now, it's definitely...
It looks like the spoiler might have been unbolted rather than ripped off, so that's probably a good sign. I think. I think potentially that may end up being the actual cause there, perhaps. Obviously, still a front rad in that car though, so I don't know what he's done for. As the bacon burner leaves the line, Rich Graham. Now the bacon fry has now been retired in favour of what I like to call the bacon burner, which is the E30 Coupe V8 Turbo, obviously previously piloted by Vasquez, as Rich gives a very good account of himself for his first time driving that car in anger. Absolutely, it seems like that car maybe might have just been waiting on Rich, which is very, very cool. Really, really like to see that car out, and Rich makes a very good account of himself there for his first run. Judges having a bit of deliberation though, maybe they saw something we didn't, but I'm just pleased that car's working for Rich the way it's supposed to, and he's happy.
I mean, you can't go wrong. E30, it's just beautiful, and obviously this car does have quite a bit of history as well, obviously being Vasquez's.
Yeah, it's not always been the right way up.
No, it has not. And if anyone knows about Vasquez, obviously it did have an incident where the roof did get caved in, and it's managed to have a second life, so it's good to see it back in the UK, and shredded tyres. And it does have a Welsh sunstrip on it as well. That's new.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a custom design. Rich insisted on it. So Rich is obviously very, very proud of his Welsh heritage. And obviously, I think it does suit the bacon burner quite well. Personally, I'm a big fan of the livery on it. I think it looks absolutely fantastic, and I'm keen to have it back. Obviously, the car was driven by Mindegos for a couple of rounds. Obviously, Mind then moved it on. Incidentally, we should talk about another E30 now. This time a saloon. This is Michael Dargan coming out for his second run in the M60 powered E30 saloon. Good flip entry there from Michael. Lots of commitment, bringing the car nice and wide. It's a little bit shallow with the A-line, but very, very good. Coming down towards clip 4, setting the car going in towards the Manji, bringing it out towards the Manji, both sides, perfect, very, very good, keeping the car on plenty of angle, foot planted, using the angle to scrub the speed and across the line. Very, very good run there from Michael. I think he'll be happy with that. Obviously, that's Michael's 2 runs done. He'll be taking that back to the bank.
Definitely. I genuinely thought towards the end of the run, as he did the last transition, I thought he actually almost over-angled there, but he managed to hold it, kept it nice and tidy, nice and smooth. That's what the judges are going to want to be seeing. Of course, you want to be putting down the best lead line you can, as if there is a chase driver. Obviously, for a good chase means a good lead. So obviously, qualifying, the judges are going to be looking for the best lead possible to have someone chasing.
As is frequently discussed, you cannot chase a scrappy lead.
No, definitely. It's a bit like going into a boxing match with broken wrists. It's
or
just
one hand
not
tied behind your back.
Yeah,
like
pretty
I
much.
have to do against my boxing opponents.
Yeah, definitely.
As Kev Florence leaves the line, the hardest working man in showbiz. Kev got off the plane from Spain last night, and now he's here qualifying his car. Very, very good entry there. Slightly shallow of the A-line on the clipboard. A lot of really fast fluidity, lots of commitment from Kev, making the little SR sing, ringing its absolute neck. Fortunately, CD09 has got 6 gears to choose from, which is probably helping him here, keeping the turbo on song. As he just shallows up a little bit there, has to slightly reinitiate, which may hurt his score, but I think that was a pretty good run from the most sleep-deprived man in the country.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I'm running on about 3-4 hours of sleep myself, so I know exactly how he's feeling. And it's definitely not an easy one, but luckily when you're in a drift car, your adrenaline really does help.
You mean to tell me that 1,200 quid carrier bag that you bought isn't a comfortable night's sleep?
Oh no, I was just admiring it a bit too much. It's a good sleep.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, all right, I'll let you off then. I had a really nice night's sleep actually. It was very pleasant. I sleep the sleep of the dead, me, but that probably helps. So as Nathan Latore comes around for his second run, now it's Nathan wanting to get his 2 runs done and then have an anxious wait as he initiates a lot more haste and speed this time. Very, very good so far, Nathan. A little bit of a correction there, slightly dropping a wheel as he comes down into 4. Can he keep the car gathered up? He's definitely after a lot of haste, a lot of speed, a little bit less angle through the Manji this time, which is probably helping set him up on a better line as he comes round the end corner, kisses the last clipping point, very to the edge of the track there and across the line.
Very nice run there. Obviously looking very smooth. Maybe just a little bit too much of a correction going from
Nathan
2 to
seems
3.
happy. I can see the hand out the window. So it looks like Mr. Latore Automotive, again, self-built car, ladies and gentlemen, quite impressive.
That's what it's all about, though. It's especially in drifting, it's one of those motorsports that it seems to be the most accessible, one of the most affordable, yet it's still really expensive, but obviously it's a very do-it-yourself kind of attitude when it comes to the cars.
There's a thing called project creep, and I think a lot of drifters suffer from it quite badly.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm guilty for that myself.
Being informed by the Livestream crew, I must take it down 11.37%, apparently.
Oh dear.
Yes, I'm afraid. I'm afraid I have a Shakespearean stage whisper instead of voice.
Keep it nice and smooth.
Absolutely, as we have a car stopped in the burnout box. Hopefully that is not, unfortunately, from where we are, we're a little bit far away to see it. I'm just trying to work out what vehicle it is. Oh, it appears to have returned to life, but it's been pulled off to one side. And it's sitting there, and we will warm up another set of cars. Well, unfortunately, guys, where we are, we're a good, 300, 400 yards as the crow flies away from yeah. So it's, unfortunately, for somebody whose vision's a bit of a fixer-upper on a good day, I'm struggling a little bit to see what's in the burnout box, but I can see the cars at the line, so I have got that advantage.
I mean, to be fair, I'm I'm wearing my glasses that I need for driving, and I still can't see over there in the burnout.
You also
properly.
forgot your sunglasses. I'm not sure that was a good idea.
I wish I had sunglasses.
Right, okay.
Have you seen how much they cost for prescription sunglasses?
I haven't, no, because I don't need
they're
them.
not
I will not go and get glasses because I'm scared I know people who've got glasses because they were struggling to read and now they're nearly blind because they get progressively more dependent on them.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that myself.
Right, now, SL Short, this is going to be very exciting. This is little Harry Cunliffe in a borrowed car from Mr. Ken Bogg as Harry flicks it in. Wow, what a commitment, a lot of angle. Very, very good from Harry Cunliffe. Look at the smoke and the angle on that PS13. Kindly loaned to him by Jonathan Hargrave. Jonathan probably watching the cracks in his fingers as the wildest kid on the property takes it out the back door through the Manji. Very, very good, keeping the car slowed down. Tons of angle, tons of smoke, nice and fluid, out to the clip and across the line, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very well done from Harry, who is still 4 years off being old enough to get his car licence.
Yeah, Harry Cunliffe, probably one of the most talented young drivers in the UK right now. Obviously, driving that Mazda pickup throughout the season and moving to an S chassis, very different style of car, but obviously he's
much more tried, tested and true though.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Harry's proving that once again it's not always about the chassis, it's about the skill of the driver.
Absolutely, but also bear in mind the Mazda truck, BMW E46 underneath, so it's not quite like he's drifting a ladder chassis. But I do know him and his dad are really, really incorrigible project men, so I know for the fact that they've cut another E46 up and dropped a Range Rover onto it.
No.
Which I'll be super keen to see. I've already asked Dennis if I can buy it because I love the P38 Range Rover. I think it's the coolest thing. Because I'm the film Layer Cake, so I'd buy it, bright yellow. Oh, you've never seen Layer Cake? You're missing out. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, we digress. Vicky Weaver-Lynch now leaves the line in the 8-speed turbo V8 powered E46 as Vicky flicks it in. Good commitment here from Vicky. Very good, although only kissing the C line there, which is a little bit of a shame after that entry. Bringing it out nicely and wide to 4 though. Through Manji Alley, very, very good commitment so far. Slowing the car down a little bit, possibly a little bit too much there, having to drag the hydro and reinitiate, but does get it out to the outside clip and across the line, and as she hits the rev limiter, the lights flash. Steve Lynch keeps telling me he's done that on purpose. I think it's just a bad earth.
Nah, I quite like it.
No, it's a bad earth. I, as somebody who does wiring for a living, that's not very easy to do. So, yeah, it's definitely... although I should also mention as well, I did get a look at the car as it was towed off. It is unfortunately Ian Walpole. No, Ian with that weird M20 turbo setups having a few, I wouldn't say teething issues, but he's definitely it's definitely not on song for him, unfortunately. Hopefully it's something or nothing. Do you want to take this young man? I believe this guy's a good friend of yours.
Yes, it is. This is Ryan Milton, part of the Northern's MX5 and Firefly coming in, doing a nice entry, nice and quick, into 3. Looking on a very good line. Milton obviously being a very good line driver, and qualifying seems to be something that he is very good with. But look at the angle, look at the commitment from Ryan Milton in that pink Mark 1 MX5 with that Firefly kit coming across the line. What a run to start with. Obviously being one of the lower horsepower cars on the grid, definitely showing that he can really go.
But one big advantage is he knows that car absolutely inside out. There isn't a thing he can do on that car that he hasn't done before. I mean, he reckons he's done, what, 13,000 laps?
Yeah, he's constantly going to different events, doing passenger experiences, taxis, and Ryan Milton, obviously, knowing that chassis and that car and every bit of that setup, like it's the back of his own hand. It is absolutely insane what
that car's more of an extension of him than a bit of metal, I think. It's weird. It's like a prosthetic limb almost.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It does exactly what he wants it to. But now another man I'm very, very excited to watch this track, because I think I saw his practice run. I think it was the best practice that I saw all morning. And that is young Callum Allenby in the 1J powered Zenki, which is an awesome car. Real fan of this motor, and a real fan of Callum as a driver. As the initial, a tiny bit less angle than usual, but dragging it out towards the edge of the circuit. A wheel drop there from Callum, just kissing the tyre wall. Unfortunately, not moving it too much. Very, very uncharacteristic mistake there from young Callum. Maybe being sat in the cube boiling has slightly fried his head a little bit. Hopefully not, because he's a very, very good driver in his day, and the second half of the run was absolutely fantastic. If he can tidy that entry up, I'm fairly certain Callum will be a force to be reckoned with.
Oh, definitely. It did look like he just, unfortunately, didn't transfer the weight properly.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, obviously it's a very difficult corner to get right, and if you get it wrong, you get it way wrong. That's the sad, unfortunate truth. But not a bad run there from Pearl. Hopefully he'll be. Sorry, he used to wear a pearl necklace, so I've forever christened him as Pearl on the live stream. He doesn't wear it anymore because of me, and he's never getting away from it. Unfortunately, that's stuck forever. It's one of those things like, you show up. It's like your nan, innit? You show up orange trousers, and then she buys you orange trousers for Christmas every year for the rest of your life. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I've ever worn orange trousers in my life. So
you know, I've worn orange trousers. In fact, I used to stand out there wearing orange trousers.
kind of a bit. It's a bit like a walking traffic cone.
Exactly what I felt like. I felt like a traffic cone, and frequently I was treated as one as well. So, but we'll pass that by as Gabby now sits on the line. One of only 2 female competitors this round. Ina Retha, just a little 2.8 under the bonnet here. The 46 Pro car not quite done in time, but Gabby's going to push as hard as she can. She's going to send it. Bringing it, oh, but a very, very sensitive initiation there, not really getting the car angle, but she's gathered it up now, getting out to the B line there. Clip 4, gathering that up quite nicely, bringing it out towards 5 into Mangier. This is where the low-powered cars will struggle a little bit, but Gabby doing a very good job so far, actually, to give her a due in a very, very underpowered car. Maybe 200 horsepower on a good day. A little bit shy of that last clip and across the line, although I imagine Jamie Stanton's in her ear, calling her everything from a pig to a dog, and telling her exactly what she did wrong and how she needs to improve and how she's terrible.
I mean, considering what kind of engine setup and how much power she's running, like, genuinely, that is impressive.
And definitely in a minority of female competitive drivers, obviously. The only woman to gain a pro license in this country has actually stood on this lorry with us, which is quite nice. Obviously, Jolene, the only woman to gain a pro license through merit, which I thought was absolutely a fantastic achievement, doing it for the sisters out there. Obviously, we do like to make sure that this sport's equal to all people and all comers, and it's one of the most important things for us. As Jack Chapman now comes out for his second run. Had a fairly decent run the first time around. We will see how he gets on this time in the 335i. A lot of left foot braking there, unfortunately, trying to get the car settled up. Possibly judges going to penalise him for that. As you can see, that front wheel locking a lot as Jack comes through Mangi Alley, brings the car out. A lot of angle there through the Mangi, actually, as he brings it out, shallows it up, and then dials the angle back on to get to the last clipping point. Regardless of and a flourish to the finish. Well, I think he was past the line there. Hopefully, Brad McQueen's not sure. I think they're going to have to look at the tape there to find out what he's done. But I think, Jack, with that, I'm going to actually check on some qualifying scores. We've got a brief minute with the gate open. So if you will all be so kind as to bear with me, I will get some qualifying scores up for you guys. And as we've got a brief moment in the action, obviously young Kai Barlow now on the track as well, which will be very, very interesting.
Oh yeah, obviously being a part of the Northern's MX5 team once again, another Mark 1 MX5. I was having a chat with him this morning before we went into briefing, and yeah, he's a really good lad, really like kind.
And a completely self-built car as well.
Yep, honestly, like the kid's got talent, and obviously here we go, that turboed Mark 1 MX5, similar to Ryan Milton, as he comes around now into inner clip 2. Looking a bit shallow there as he has to sacrifice out of clip 3. Manages to get it back around to 4 as he comes around now into the Mangi section, doing a good job keeping it nice and smooth, coming around into 7. Oh, a little bit of a check up there from Kai as he comes around now to the finish line. Not a bad run, obviously just a lot of little spots where he definitely could improve, but obviously being in that lower horsepower car with a lot, it's surprising how the MX-5 have quite a lot of forward bite in the chassis, so you've definitely got to make it work, but obviously it's definitely trying. It's just got to push a little bit harder through that first corner in his second run.
Obviously doing a fantastic job here so far. Unfortunately, had a small error with the microphone there, but Matt giving a very, very good account of himself so far. Very, very good entry. Just catching the B line into clip 3, clip 4, very good through the Mangi, across and up to the finish line.
Definitely a good, that's his first run, wasn't it?
Is indeed his first run. Yeah, what it was, I was so impressed with Matt's entry, I forgot to turn my microphone on.
Oh, as he comes through.
Yeah, he knows I've probably been praising him, which is why he's giving us a little bit of a show for the cameras.
Really, really beautiful car. Obviously.
It is such a nice car. I think it's like I say, Matt had a bit of an issue with a sort of a quote-unquote pre-built car that he bought, and it wasn't up to spec, and he decided he was gonna. So he's actually calls himself No Motorsport because there are no shortcuts. So he got a standard 350 and built it up from a shell. It took him a couple of years to do it, but I think he's finally gelling with the car. I think he's got it on song. He's a very, very good driver in practice and on practice days. I think sometimes in his own head a little bit with qualifying, but not to any reasonable degree, as one of the wild men from Scotland leaves the line now, Mr. William Hardy, in the 2JE46. One of the loudest cars on the grid, as I can barely hear myself think over it, but very, very shallow on clip. Judges not going to like that. Definitely running a little bit too... very good Manji, though, actually. Fair, getting right out to where he needs to be on the circuit, bringing it... Oh, but a stall up from William Hardy and a shutdown, and the car is stopped in the back lanes. Oh, he's got it restarted. Oh, I'm wondering if that's possibly an ECU issue again. Willie having some real bad luck with that car this year, one thing and another. Obviously hit the wall at Driftland, having trouble resealing the car now, struggling with keeping the smoke out of it. But fortunately, he does have a second run, and he can... So, we're getting it live from the horse's mouth. Yeah, so live and direct from the horse's mouth. Was a handbrake issue with William Hardy, as Michael Beckley went for second run.
Into the first corner, nice and deep into out of 3, coming out into 4, looking very nice, fast, committed, smooth. As he comes around in through the Manji section, that 46 is screaming, but as he comes around into 7, keeps it nice and wide, pushing through now towards the finish line, and he crosses the line. Definitely not a bad run there. Just a little bit of smoothness needing to be dialed in a bit more. Obviously, like we were just saying with William Hardy, having issues with the handbrake, not being able to get the car to do what he wanted to do, but Jack Bennett doing a good job there. Is it Jack Bennett or Michael Bennett? Because it's got 2 names on the side of that car. Ah, okay.
So yeah, that's Michael Bennett in that car, sorry, yeah, should make it clear. Papa Bennett, not Baba Bennett, as Chantel used to call them. I've known those guys since they started drifting, which is pretty insane. As Paul Seymour leaves the line now, good flick in there from Paul in the West 13. Getting it now, we're coming a little bit shy of clip 3, bringing it into 4 now. Much better line into clip 4, obviously a little bit of a fluff, a little bit of a straighten, but it's not too bad as he comes at the Manji. Big angle through the Manji, can he hold it? He does. Very, very good run from Paul, actually, barring the small issue with clip 3, and right out to the final clip and across the line as he gathers it all up, and hopefully he's happy with that, but there's definitely a few things to improve on.
No, definitely. I mean, throughout the entire 2 to 3, and it seems to be a common issue with a lot of the drivers in practice and qualifying, is just getting that car to wash out from inner clip 2 all the way out to out of 3. Obviously, plenty of commitment. It's all about how you dial on the angle, the approach you take, how much of a weight transfer or clutch kick you do. As we now have that V12 powered Mercedes coming in. This is probably one of the craziest cars I've ever seen as he initiates into F1. Rising to do a good job through input 2, maybe just shy there on 3, but just a little bit of a check-up, has to pull the handbrake as it comes through 4, but comes now through the Manji section, that V12 just screaming. Definitely a very unique car, obviously doing a lot of the R&D himself, but manages to get a nice bit of angle coming through 7 and across the line.
Very, 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 very good point there from our with that car this year. It's a very, very, very fresh build. Unfortunately, he definitely is definitely sorting through some teething issues. I like how it's got a Northants MX-5 sticker on it, because it's basically a German MX-5, isn't it?
In some respect,
in every respect, it's a two-seater rear-wheel drive. The only difference is it's got a metal lid.
It's a little bit bigger than an MX-5.
Yeah, but not in any reasonable manner. As Hayden Renton now leaves line for second on the DLGB. Big commitment so far from Hayden Renton. Very, very good. Really far out the edge of the circuit there. One advantage to the compact is you know right where the back wheels are. As he comes on, a lot of angle, a lot of power, a lot of haste, a lot of speed through the Manji, keeping gathered up. Not too much angle, just not enough to lose the speed, obviously. Not the most powerful car in the world, but a little bit shy on that end clip and across the line. So while I've got a couple of seconds while Chrissy Palmer gets to the burnout, gets to the line, top qualifier currently, your mate, Ryan Milton. Below that, Alfie Hunter second on an 84. Hayden Renton third, 83.3. Michael Bennett fourth, 80.3. Harry Cunliffe, 77.7. A little bit of improvement required. Jack Chapman currently sixth with 76.3. Vicky Lynch also 76.3. Nathan Latore 75 dead. Michael Dargan currently ninth with a 73.3. Matthew Gell in 10th place with a 71.3. Rich Graham in the Bacon Burner, 71 dead. Paul Seymour 12th, 70.7. I will catch up with the rest as we see Chrissy Palmer now, the multifaceted, multi-talented racing driver, flicks it in, Fleming all the way out to the far clip, which is very, very good line so far from Chrissy in the 1J powered 350. Obviously, Chrissy hoisting some silverware at the last round for the first time in drifting, which is really, really cool. Getting through the Manji, nice and clean, good angle, getting the car nicely gathered up all the way out. Very, very good run so far from the very, very accomplished racing driver, but the drifting rookie.
So I don't actually know much about Chrissy Palmer's background. What
Chrissy's trophy cabinet is so big they have to keep adding extensions to it. If it gets any bigger, he's going to need planning permission. He's a very, very multifaceted racing driver. He has never done drifting before, and Chrissy's only pit crew is his dad, Chris Senior, who does everything to that car. And apparently the reason was when they were karting, Chrissy forgot to tighten some lug nuts when he was 11 years old. His dad's never let him touch it since. As Patrick Rokovic leaves the line now, Mr. Born to drift in the M54 Turbo E40, flipping the wing. Very, very good line forward, very, very shallow on the inside. Takes the cone out, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have to get that reset prior to the next run. He's stalling it up on the left foot brake, not where the judges want to see as he comes to the Manji. Lots and lots of angle. Can he gather it up? He can, but he's very, very slow. He's lost a lot of speed doing it. As he stands on the throttle, doesn't quite make it to the outside clip and across the line. As we going to get somebody out to reset that cone, I will just have another quick run through the scores. Where did I get up to?
Tell you what, these cone. What did that cone ever do to him, honestly?
Well, it doesn't have to do much for Patrick to hit it, trust me.
Sounds like he is dragging something underneath that car. It looks like his front splitter has been destroyed.
Yeah, well, that's part of the course with our Patrick. He's very, very good at taking the air off that car.
Definitely not the most ideal situation, but track manager Rory is.
So
doing
currently,
his thing.
I will actually mention that Chrissy Palmer has dropped into 5th place with an 80.3. Callum Allenby, where did I get up to? Callum Allenby currently sitting 14th, 69.7, bit of improvement there. Kai Barlow in the little MX-5 doing 15th of 65. Kev Florence 62.3, 16th place. Gabby currently seeing in 17th of 62.3. Ross Juniper 18th, 57. Damon Haskett 19th of 49. And Claudio 20th with a 40.3. Now, I will say, if I'm honest with you, I reckon anybody who's currently sitting below a 65 will need to pump those numbers up. I'm not sure what you think, Brandon, but I'm fairly certain that I reckon 65 to 70 is going to be our cut-off for this round.
Oh, no, definitely. I mean, for Class 2, like, back a couple of years ago, this would have been a much lower drop zone. So it's crazy to see how much improvement there has been.
At one point, it was a case of as long as you get the car off the line, you know, you'll be all right. You get into battles. So
oh yeah,
it's totally changed. Incidentally, now a run I've been waiting for, 2nd place at the last round, Mr. Luke Talley in the incredible GE86.
Yep, Luke Talley in that incredible GT86, absolutely shredding through towards 4. Coming around now in towards the Manji section, that Jay-Z just absolutely screaming, making that car push through the course as quick and as fluid as he can as he comes through out of 7. Looking really nice, plenty of angle, nice and wide there as he finishes up and gets a nice bit of smoke coming off those tyres across the line.
Yeah, I mean, that car is an incredible build. I mean, Luke has built that car to go to Drift Masters. You know, that is actually Adam Zalewski's old engine in that car.
I do remember hearing about that.
Yeah, Adam Zalewski's championship-winning engine is currently in Luke's bay.
That one?
Yes, it's that one. It's a 2019 engine. It's been refreshed, but it is that engine, which is insane. I mean, Luke, obviously, it's cool to see him. Obviously, Luke driving in 2 series, Mr. Exemplar, Airport Concierge. If you're flying out of Dublin Airport, Luke's your man. Make sure you hit Luke at Exemplar. As Alfie Hunter leaves the line now with a bit of a flourish as he comes in, gets ready for his initiation, but a little bit straight and a handbrake drag for Alfie. Not as much angle as last time, definitely not as close to the clips, but getting gathered up by 4. Doing quite a good job so far, giving a good account of himself as he comes through Manji Alley. Quite a lot of angle, but not slowing the car down too much as now he slows the car. Oh, and an over-rotation from Alfie Hunter. Very, very uncharacteristic mistake. I think, fortunately, he had quite a good first run, so he's probably safe for competition. Don't want to jinx anything, but I mean, yeah, maybe just... maybe just a little bit more. I'm very conscious of the commentator's curse because, you know, I mean, he's done quite a good job so far. I think he'll be okay. He has quite a good sticker on the back that says, "If play stupid games, win stupid prizes." I think that's fairly indicative of drifting as a concept. As Matt Fitton leaves the line now, the last member of Team Only to make a run in the E46. Very, very low-powered car, only 230-ish brake horsepower in that little E46. So Matt having to work it very, very hard. Strange entry though, not going to be well rewarded for that, but it's gathering it up towards the second half of the run. Through Mangiello on a lot of angle, but transitioning in slightly the wrong place, but does manage to bring it out towards the outside of the circuit and across the line. Yeah, very strange entry, likely going to be penalised for that one, definitely.
No, definitely. I mean, all of these drivers with the lower horsepower cars are definitely going to have to push extra hard around this course. Obviously, going from 1 to 3 is definitely quite a stretch, and obviously you've got the Manji section as well, so all these cars are being pushed to their limit, and unfortunately if you get caught out, it's going to punish you.
So I've had a question about why I named it the bacon burner. So the old car was the bacon fryer because you could put you could put bacon on the exhaust and it would fry. That car shoots flames out of the bonnet, so if you hold some bacon over that, it's going to get burned.
I mean, that's fair. To be fair, I'd love to see how that tastes, but I don't think it tastes very good.
As Bob Spray leaves the line now, powering through the guns of the CDO9 in the 2J S14. Oh, wow, lots of commitment there, but possibly just checking up a little bit too much there, possibly hurting his line a little bit, but my God, you can't knock the impact. There's a lot of smoke coming off the back of that 2J S14 there. Obviously, another home-built car, Misfits Garage UK. Make sure you check them out on YouTube. Rob also having some super cool tow rigs, including an M57 swap Range Rover Classic, which I'm very, very jealous of. Yeah, not a bad run there from Bob for the first time around. I think he has got a few bits to improve on, but you certainly can't knock the haste and the pace of that car. It's very, very good.
Oh no, definitely. I mean, you can't go wrong with an S body, especially one that looks that tidy as well.
And a 2J under the bonnet, because you know who wants an SR?
I mean, it's a formula.
I haven't got my SR sparring partner here. This is going to get real awkward.
I mean, to be fair,
it's a very good point. That unchecked, I can run wild about how much I dislike SRs. I don't actually know what's crazy. I don't even dislike SRs that much. I just say it
because you can.
But because it's Yogi. Incidentally, talking of the bacon burner, she comes back round for a big entry now from Rich. Wow, very, very fast. Lots of angle. Possibly going to hurt him a little bit, but no, he can gather it up, get it out to the outside. Ton of smoke coming off of that car. That used to be the smokiest vehicle in UK competition. I think Stefan Stefanov may have pipped it to the post now, but still a lot of power in that little E30. As he brings it through the Manji, very good run so far from Richard across the line, and I'm sure Rich will be super happy with that as he finishes his tyres off with a rolling burnout, gathers it up, arm out of the window. Rich is very, very happy. Yes, that is a very, very happy young bacon man in that car. Yes, Rich, big fists out the window.
Definitely a really good run to be proud of. Plenty of commitment, and obviously,
and a road tyre.
Yeah, that's a lot of good. He's got that gripped up for a road tyre. It's that car is.
As Anthony, the sound guy, has just said to me, I think that is Rich's glass slipper. I think it's the car that he's going to go very, very far in and be the driver he deserves to be.
Yep,
as we have another blue Zenki sat on the line, but this is not Callum Allenby. This is Mr. Carl Perrin, Team Garage 500, the only one doing it for Class 2, as Carl sets off, banging gears through the quafe in the SR-powered S14. Very, very, very noisy SR-powered S14 as it comes past, but very good run so far from Carl. A little bit of a wobble there, coming through 4 as he gets into Mangiello. He does settle the car up very, very nicely. A lot of angle, using the angle to scrub the speed, slow the car down, bringing it up, but a slightly weird transition point there, which has left him a little bit shy of the clip. But a lot of impact from the run there from Carl. Will it be a top qualifier? I doubt it, but I think the slightly battle-scarred Zenki, it did have its bumper and both of its headlights and indicators when it rolled off the trailer, so possibly Carl going to be, if anybody's got any Zenki headlights, please hit Carl up. Ring him on 07...
Yeah.
Give me my mic back. I'm just going to give people his phone number. What's so bad about that? Oh, is that GDPR?
I'm just going to not say anything because I don't want anything to do with that.
It's a slippery slope, isn't it?
Yeah, just a little bit. But no, definitely a little bit of a weird checkup going towards out of 7. Obviously, just maybe a little bit too much angle, or maybe a bit shallow.
Sure, Ryan Hughes will be screaming in his ear.
Oh, yeah.
As we head off now to Nathan Rudd, V8 Nate in the little 2.8 power E36 compact. A car that's very much Nate's simple seat time stallion, as he's got a UZ-powered Corolla, but Nathan actually giving good account of himself for a car with very little power. Obviously, Nathan stood on the podium in what's effectively a very, very, very simple party car setup. The car getting progressively more undressed as the year goes on. Possibly some cooling issues there, but Nathan very, very good on the last zone outside outside of the track where he needs to be as he rolls it back in. think he's a happy boy there. Done quite a bit with very little. Nathan, yeah, thumbs up there to the marshal. So maybe Nathan, absolutely happy there. Maybe he's going to take that one to the bank.
I mean, it's definitely a Driftland-esque car. I'd say that's.
Yeah,
it
but
definitely
obviously,
fits.
yeah, Nathan obviously representing Keep It Welded and obviously Max at FMS Drift Prep. If you're up in the Scotland area, guys, and you've got a drift car you want to make awesome, please hit up Max at FMS. He doesn't pay me to say this, he's just a buddy. As another FMS driver now, Kieran Bond leaves the line.
Yeah, Kieran Bond, good front of line, looking very strong in practice. And look at this, nice and wide there going through 3, transitioning now into 4, looking very good. Another one of those lower horsepower cars. You can hear the clutch kicks going on as he tries to keep that car going around the course as he comes around into the Manji through to out of 7 now, doing a good job though, keeping it nice and wide. Kieran Bond, hats off to you in that low horsepower BMW, doing a really good job.
That is the fastest stock 330 Ci I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, it is very well set up.
I'm wondering if, I remember in NASCAR a few years ago, somebody got in trouble for caking their inlet with rocket fuel. I wonder if he's done the same thing there, possibly. So
he's definitely spent a lot of time on a setup, and I do believe he is actually, when I was at SDC, we actually had a couple of chats with another driver that's in there, and he has a 46 estate, and he's been very fast, and Kieran definitely has been getting some setup advice for the rear to get some more speed.
the main advantage of the E46 inherently is it's a trailing arm car. The grip off the line is incredible. So you'll find a 250 horsepower E46 is a lot faster than a 250 horsepower multi-link car like an S-body or something like that. So
no, definitely. That's also one of the main reasons why we see so many E46s now.
It does mean if you ever bust that trailing arm, you've effectively got to drop a giant girder on your face to replace it, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I've seen quite a few 46s in the past month snap. What are they called? Lollipop arms or whatever?
Lollipops, yeah.
It was, the amount I've seen snap in one event, it was weird because I've never seen it happen until one day, and it just started happening.
I didn't know it was a thing until 2020. As Edgar's Crummins leaves the line now, first the team top drifting the 1-2. A lot of angle from Edgar, a lot of commitment, coming up a little bit shallow of the third clip there. Gets together up before, but again on a slightly weird line, slightly inside of the track through Manji Alley on not a huge amount of angle, obviously not on throttle there because the car not smoking the tyres. As he gathers it back up towards the end of the run, very some parts of that were great.
Yeah, going through that run, obviously there was definitely moments of almost hero moments in that run, but then he just kind of fell short in other places, and obviously it just seems to be that he's struggling with the car throughout this layout. But definitely not the most ideal first run, but we'll have to see what he does with this second. As he's just having a chat with one of our live stream members, having a good chinwag.
In Latvian.
Yeah, I wish I could understand Latvian.
I've heard lots of angry Latvian being exchanged today between the live stream and Team Top Drift. As Paul Shield now leaves the line in the LS-powered, 8-speed shifted S13. Obviously, Paul, another self-built car. Paul, the electrician from up Manchester Way. Please hit up Optimum Electrical Engineering for all your electrical engineering needs. Although I wired the fans in, which is probably why they're on fire right now. As Paul gives a very good account of himself so far. That car obviously having a few teething issues with it the past couple of rounds, issues with the 8-speed getting hot and kicking up gears. Looks like he's got that lick now, and the car seems to be behaving itself, which is awesome for Paul. I think he'll be pretty happy with that run. He's as phlegmatic as ever from inside the car.
Definitely. I mean, just try not to curse the car. When a car has teething issues and other issues, that I think it's best if we just don't point out that it's running well, because
shut your mouth. Kieran Bond has topped qualifying with an 87.3, knocking Ryan Milton off the top spot. Ryan Milton still sitting second, Alfie Hunter third, Hayden Renton fourth, Michael Bennett fifth, Quissy Palmer sixth, Harry Cunliffe seventh, Luke Talley eighth, Jack Chapman ninth, Vicky Lynch 10th, Nathan Latore 11th, Michael Dargan 12th, Matt Gell 13th, Rich Graham 14th for the gentleman's asking. Paul Seymour 15th, Callum Allen, Kyle Balla 17th, as Artyom leaves the line now, Artyom Surkov in the E46, M54 B25 Turbo. Stock ECU somehow, that's working. But he's got a very, very good run going so far, though. He's managing a very strange point in Manji Alley, possibly going to impact his score there as he gets it upself on slightly a weird line, but does manage to get it out to the outer zone. Not a terrible run from Artyom, obviously first ever time in competition. I think he's possibly got a little bit of homework to do. as I will continue on with giving out the scores because we have the gate open very briefly. So if you guys have never been to Pembrey before, we do actually have a crossover gate at this track. It's a little bit old hat. You don't see many with crossover gates anymore, but here we are. 17th Kai Barlow, 18th Kev Florence, 19th Gabby Pudding. I need to ask Gabby how to pronounce her last name. I'm just going to call her Gabby. Ross Juniper 20th, Nathan Road 21st, Rob Spray 22nd, Patrick Rakovitz 23rd, 24th Carl Perrin, 25th Paul Shield, 26th Damon Haskett, 27th Edgar Crummins, 28th Claudio, 29th Artyom, William Hardy and Matt Fitton currently recording zeros. So I think obviously what I'm seeing here, just based on what I've seen, judges really placing a lot of emphasis on the entry. It seems like the cars that entered poorly have not even, doesn't matter how well the second half of the run went, if they've entered poorly, then they're that's curtains for them. Basically, that's going to be a huge deduction from the run, which I get.
No, definitely. I mean, the initiation and the entry and how you go from 1 to 2 is crucial to the chase driver when we go into the top 32. So obviously reflecting their qualifying scores, it is understandable why they're going to be deducting for poor initiations, because obviously that is shutting the window on the chase driver. And obviously for everyone who's watching here, both on the stream with us and in person, obviously without a good lead, you don't have a good chase, so it's very important.
It's very easy to say that was a good about just, but you're not down here. You've got no idea how fast that track actually is. As Ross Juniper leaves the line now.
Yep, here we go. Once again in that pink 350, struggling to get it to angle. Almost straightening out, coming around into out of 4 now. Definitely not having the easiest times right now. This all just kind of coming off the track there. Definitely
no, there's no
wheels.
Kind of coming off the track. There's
still 2 wheels on.
There's a tyre wall. There's 2 tyre walls there. There used to be 1 tyre wall, right? What is that if nothing else other than coming off the track? Because I only came off the track a bit. An off is still an off. It doesn't matter, right? This is the thing, right? An off can be anything from, going slightly off and taking a tyre wall with you, to going into the barriers nose on at full pelt.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, in the end, the car is safe and it's still going, so that's all that matters.
I had a crazy thought the other day, because obviously Anglesey and Pembrey are very similar tracks where the track is sunken down and then the bank is literally built up of stacks of tyres. Now, so I don't know if you guys can see on the stream, but all of this banking is all discarded tyres, and I sort of, the Rain Man in me wants to just calculate how many tyres will have been used to build this circuit, because I mean there's a lot of rubber out there somewhere. That's probably like all of the south of England's tyre usage for the past. And all the slick kart tyres being used as the hopefully they stay as a tyre wall and not as bowling pins.
I mean, one thing to think about as well with a lot of these tyres is how old they are. Did it get changed over time?
No, I think most of them are pretty much plastic now.
Wow.
I bet you there's a lot of tyres in that tyre wall that are older than me and you put together.
Oh no, definitely.
That is a very good point. Yes, these tyre walls are they're frequently also what they are is water collection areas. So on more than one occasion, I've fallen into a tyre wall and come out with a very, very wet leg, and not the band.
Ooh, that's not ideal. I can just imagine how filthy that water is as well.
It's quite stagnant.
Did you have to go and have a shot after?
No, fortunately, I was already on med. I think I dodged the staph infection. So as Yanis Tirums with the front bumper missing leaves the line now. Oh, kissing the tyre wall into there. A little bit of a backfire from Yanis' car as it slightly undresses itself. Looks like a small piece of something has fallen off the car onto the track. So not quite sure what that was. As Yanis goes into the Manji, but getting himself on lots of angle, which he's probably not going to say very well, but does manage to make it work out to the outer clip and across the line.
I'm definitely curious on what that was that dropped off the car. There's a little metallic ring of some sort. Something's definitely dropped off.
We're just going to make sure that we can ascertain whether that's dangerous and requires lifting.
It's one of those where It's one of those where is it worth sending a driver out, or is it worth sending a marshal just in case a tyre does burst on that and it causes.
I mean, you don't want to run over any debris. That's one of the most important things. I mean, I've seen so many, like, you know, I've seen it before where, like, so do you want to know what a really interesting fact? So I quite like NASCAR, and the greatest NASCAR race of all time was the 1992 Hooters 500 at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and a roll of duct tape ruined a championship bid. So Davey Allison, who had gone through hell on earth, it was checkers or wreckers, he got massively injured that season. Jeff Gordon, it was his first ever NASCAR race, 6-time champion Jeff Gordon. He was repairing his car because it brushed up against the wall a few times because he had a pretty loose chassis. One of his team, the Rainbow Warriors, they left a roll of duct tape on the deck lid of the car. He rolled off with the duct tape, it rolled off the track, hit Davey Allison's front air dam and completely destroyed it, so it kept killing tyres, and Davey dropped way back.
Wow. I hardly know anything about NASCAR, so that's definitely something I've never known about. I'll say that.
Oh, right. Okay. So it looks like apparently it was a kidney that fell off. As Claudio initiates, he could have picked it up for him actually with the sticky tyres. Again, a slightly more extra Claudio, but possibly making it work a bit more. Getting out to the outside of the circuit this time, but the car looking very, very gripped up. A lot of positive camber on the back of that E36, if you notice, as he goes through into the Manji there, but just not quite checking the car up enough, bringing it out towards, but does manage to get the outer clip and across the line. I think that will be an improvement. Whether it will be enough to see him into competition, I don't know.
We'll have to see. Obviously, I'd say we're at the halfway mark.
We are over halfway now,
yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
So
quite a few drivers have done 2 runs. There are a few people still sat on zeros who need to improve.
So it's anyone's game still, really, as we still have the rest of the grid to finish off their runs. But we'll have to see. So was it a piece of the front kidney grill?
It was the kidney. Yep. Yeah. It dropped a kidney.
How does that happen when you're?
They just fall out. You've never slammed an E46 bonnet, have you?
No.
Right, there you go. Then. As the loudest car on the circuit leaves the line now, this is Martin Lawrence in the E46 Turbo. Martin not having the best time in practice, obviously. A fresh build on that car, and Martin's still getting to grips with it as he struggles a little bit there. Goes very, very wide. No! Through the tyre wall, ladies and gentlemen. Might just keep the momentum, taking some of the tyres with him by the looks of it, or that possibly broken. No, there are tyre straps under it. I wonder if it had broken a control arm. So it looks like, no, unfortunately, it's just a tyre wall for a short, sharp journey.
Bit of Dukes of Hazzard. Definitely, I think you should go into landscaping, to be fair.
I don't know about you. Have you like? I've had landscape gardeners turn up to place before. And they normally turn up with like a mower, a hedge trimmer, things like that. They don't normally turn up with an E46 going, mate, I'm just going to pelt this across your garden. Is that all right?
I mean, I'd trust it. Maybe.
Would you really?
I mean, it could be worse.
This is why I have artificial turf.
Yeah, you can't really kill that, can you?
No, I'd give it a damn good try though. It's but I like to tease my missus a lot because plants come in our house to die. It's worse than it's like the cow for plants.
Oh no, oh no. I mean, to be fair, with the turf, you could easily. The fire kills everything, so.
It does absolutely. Yes, some slightly unethical life tips here, ladies and gentlemen. Petrol is great weed killer.
Oh god, you are the weed. You are the bane of weed.
It's actually a very, very good degreaser as well, believe it or not. So yeah, that's why like direct injections, why they get coked up, because the on a port injection engine, the petrol actually hits the top of the valves and cleans them. Direct injection, that's why you get the carbon buildup, because the petrol goes straight in down and doesn't go anywhere near the valves. So
that
petrol and diesel are really, really good cleaning agents.
Huh. Next time I'm going to clean my dishes with it. See how well that goes. By the way, I do not recommend that to everyone watching. Do not wash your dishes with petrol.
No, I didn't say. I said it's a really good degreaser, but like if you're gonna, it's a bit like it's like use fairy liquid in your dish, right? You can use a woodsman's axe to take the top of a boiled egg, but it's not very practical.
No, definitely not.
But there's a time and a place, people.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to experiment, really, ain't it?
I wouldn't use, again, please disclaimer, do not use a woodsman's axe to take the top of a boiled egg. It's a very bad idea, unless you want to take the top off of your kitchen cabinets and your spouse.
Oh dear. We like to have fun, don't we? We like to have.
Well, we've got to fill for some time while we get all the tyre walls rebuilt, because say this is it's definitely trying to extract. I don't know if you've ever tried to extract anything from underneath the drift car. I've had to pull out cone bases, tyres, bits of the car. All sorts, like I've had occasions where, had cars. Obviously, bear in mind, people, those of you who don't know, I have done my time in the pro vans. Had cars that were missing wheels. I've had to get them on trucks. Broken control arms where you're kicking the wheel straight as you winch it. It's not fun and games really. I mean, obviously, in an ideal world, so have you ever seen like a GT3 car? When it gets literally, so like GT3 roll cages, they have holes drilled in the roof that are covered with almost like cling film. And basically what that means, if the car ever goes off track, what they do, the people when they come for the high ab, is they poke through those holes and put the lash points up. It's great. As Harry Cunliffe now leaves the line in the LS powered PS13. Big flick empty there from Harry, getting it nice and close out to the end of the track there. A lot of power, a lot of smoke. Oh, with the car, catching a terrible misfire there as he came through. Sounds like the car not wanting to rev up, almost like it's burned a plug wire perhaps or something. Obviously, no, it's a sequential gearbox. How could he have missed a gear? Yeah, I think that's possibly some kind of fuel cut there, I would think. Obviously, the car, a sequential box, so I doubt it would have been a missed gear unless he just didn't hit it hard enough. That's a possibility. Harry very frustrated with himself there, ripping the helmet off. Obviously, not ideal for him. The car just not coming together for him, but Harry does have quite a safe score. There's a very good possibility of being competition, maybe not as high as he wanted to be, but... Oh yeah, very, very good point. Now that's a good point. Obviously the car went straight to the limiter, didn't it? There's possibly a chance that he's gone for the handbrake and pulled the sequential shifter instead, because he's used to the his truck where the shifter's right down here and the handbrake's up there. So
yeah, that's the unfortunate side effect of going to a completely different setup.
Yeah, I've seen people have to move their kill switches. People move their kill switch because they've pushed forward, not the kill switch.
Yeah.
As Patrick Bukowski leaves the line now in the final of the team top list to complete a run with Turbo E36, mapping this car by ear in the pits last night, doing a really, really good job of it. Absolutely fantastic run so far. A lot of limiter action, obviously, in that N52 Turbo. Flicking it through the Manji, very, very good. Getting the car nice and slowed down, pushing it wide out to the outside clip and across the line, ladies and gentlemen.
Definitely a good committed run. Obviously, like you were saying, mapping it by ear in the pits is some crazy work and craftsmanship there.
Just Latvians for you.
Yeah, to be fair, they know how to get the job done no matter what. And obviously, as you can see there in his run, very committed, lots of fluidity, lots of style. I love the way he transitions that car as well. A lot of aggression behind it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, the advantage of a nice grippy trailing arm setup. Very, very, very good good car. I can see also, I think I can see a wild Mr. Stefan Stefanov rolling in just in the background there. Just seeing the car pull up to the main gate, which is very, very cool. Really looking forward to seeing Stefan drive this track. This will very much suit the rain dancer, I think, even though it's not going to rain. As Kev Florence now leaves the line in the Team Ronin S14A SR20 under the hood CD09 box, up through the gears. A little bit of attention entry there from Kev, but swinging it out nice and wide. Ooh, almost dropping a wheel, but gathers it up, brings it out very nicely to club floor. Bit of a hydro drag there, but not terrible. Keeping the car on plenty of angle through Manji Alley. Not the most angle we've seen through there, but definitely have to keep it going as he comes out to the outside clip and across the line. I think that'll be pretty good there. Pretty happy from the most sleep-deprived man in drifting currently.
No, definitely. Very solid run.
Kev flew back early from his holiday to come and drive at this track.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's commitment. Fair play to you.
And rubbing in the fact he's got electric windows in that car as he rolls the windows down, lets himself cool off. Say the electric windows. If you can find an S14 with working electric windows, you're a lucky man. I've just managed to get the windows working in our S14 after figuring out what was up with the switch, and it's joyous, never better. As Mindaugas leaves the line now, I believe this is his first run in the M60 powered E36. Big flip to angle there from Mindy, although just dragging him slightly inside the track there, but getting gathered up by the time he gets to 4, coming down towards Manji Alley, brings it left. Well, brings it right, but in a slightly weird place, doesn't get the car fully transitioned all the way, brings it out to the final zone and across the line. Mindaugas actually in quite a good points position, Possibly not the best qualifying run he's ever done there, but I think might possibly enough to get him in the show. We'll have to see.
I mean, obviously, like you're saying, it is his first run, so he still has another chance at getting a high score. Obviously, definitely probably not the most ideal first run.
Absolutely. That car, of course, Mindigus' simple seat time stallion. I'm noticing quite a hasty repair there on that quarter panel that appears to be 97% duct tape.
I mean, weight reduction.
Lighter than metal, I suppose, as a very, very aggressive Callum Allenby leaves the line now. Big flick to entry there from Callum Allenby. Having to steer the car a lot and fighting as he comes through. A lot of grip dialed into that car. Brings it out to 4. Very, very nice. Very wide, very fast, very fluid. Long way out to the end of the track, into the Manji. Gets the car transition left, transitions right, brings it down, but slowing it down a long, long way. Standing on the power now down the angle, but coming away just shy of that final clip. Not sure if that's going to be an improvement on his score there.
We'll definitely have to see. Obviously, judges are definitely going to be looking at that little choke up there going into 7. But
judges saying they are going to penalise people for lots of excessive adjustment, which I understand. It's hard to chase a car that's constantly adjusting itself. So it's very off-putting when someone adjusts themselves in front of you.
It's a bit like someone doing the tango and then someone doing, I don't know, disco. Like when you've got your
have you ever been to a silent disco? One of the weirdest experiences of my life. Because you've got one bloke who's dancing to hip hop who's doing it quite sort of slow and steady, and you've got another bloke who's raving his head off. It's very, very strange. It's an odd thing. It's totally silent. It's so weird. As Jack Coburn moves the line now, as we get back on topic, very, very good entry so far from Jack the Plumber. Absolutely fantastic. Very fast, fluid run for all 270-80 horsepower of that E30 BMW there. Jack doing it a lot of justice as he comes to the Manji. A lot of angle there. Does he get the car fully transitioned in time? Then that'll be up to the judges, but bringing that towards the outside clip. And a very good run there from the man, I believe, who drove the furthest to come to this round, Jack the Plumber. Did you know Jack Coburn's a plumber?
I kind of gathered.
Yeah, because his Instagram is Jack the Plumber Drifts. Incidentally, this is about the time when it comes to Jack Coburn, I get a message from Mr. Carl Farrar, Dango, going, I used to own that car. He does it without fail every time he sees the car on the live stream. I can set my watch by it. Carl, I'm waiting for the text.
Yep. But definitely Jack being an incredible line driver, proven time and time again that he can just do insanely.
Also a touring, big fan of a touring, long roof for the win. As
definitely.
Paddy Byrne leaves the line in the hand-controlled S15, the final drive from FMS Drift Prep to make a run. Very, very good entry from Paddy. We're able to fling that car in. Obviously, bear in mind, automatic transmission in that car, so no clutch kicking for Paddy. And it's definitely a harder car to drive around here because it does rely you to work the clutch a lot, but plenty of power with that LS3 under the bonnet as Paddy gets out to the final clip and across the line. Very good run from our Paddy. I think obviously needs to get a little bit more commitment towards clip 3, and she'll be right as rain.
No, definitely. I mean, obviously you're mentioning about the lack of clutch kicks being able to be done with that car, but one advantage that car has is the V8 torque, and obviously it's a lot easier to just put your foot down, or should I say, in this hand control car, put the power down, and it just do its thing. Obviously, with the LSs and 1UZs, they just have a lot more torque, and you can kind of just feather the throttle a lot more.
You can absolutely, and obviously, Paddy, that car running like a Turbo 400 racing transmission, so it's like the kind of thing you'd put in like a drag car. So
wow.
Yeah, so Paddy literally locking that damn thing in second gear and sticking with it, letting it rip. So no, genuinely that. So if people don't know, a lot of drag cars, especially in the States, the transmissions they run were designed in the 1950s.
Wow.
Yeah, so a lot of drag cars either run a Power Glide, which is a 2-speed, or a Turbo 400, which is a 3-speed.
See, it makes you wonder though, like how far ahead that design was of its time.
I think it's just that it's so robust, and also the fact that it's only one shift or two shifts. So a lot of people, obviously and also the other advice to them is because the transmission has the same ratio in first and reverse, you can fit what's called the transmission brake, which basically means you can hold a button that puts the car in first and reverse simultaneously via a solenoid, and then you can build boost on the line. Great idea.
Huh. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get off drag racing and back to drifting, shall we? As Gabby leaves the line, the E30, a little bit tentative entry again from Gabby. Really working that 200 and nothing brake horsepower she's got. Good line so far, although maybe not as impactful as Smokey does want to see. But Gabby, going off and collecting the tyre wall, unfortunately for poor old Gabs. Oh, what a shame. But I think she was really onto a flyer there, unfortunately. But yeah, it looks like it's just reflexes maybe just got the better of her a little bit. Do believe she may have the cone stuck under the car
Potentially,
because I'm not seeing it on the circuit. So yeah, I can see one of our marshals there waving Gabby down just to have a little bit of a get under there and have a butcher's up and see what's going on. Obviously, hopefully the cone not melted to the exhausts I've had before. Yeah, super. Obviously, BMW is the super hot exhaust manifold. Yeah, there you go. Cone retrieved. Normal service can now resume. Hopefully the cone base is down there somewhere. Yeah, I say the marshals, obviously, I don't know if you, ladies and gentlemen, give our marshals a round of applause. Poor old, I do believe that's, I think that might be Sam over there. Poor old Sam getting his steps in, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause for the marshals doing all the hard work that they possibly can do for you guys. Keep this track running. We'd be nothing without them, obviously. We rely on their keen eye and their problem-solving abilities to keep this track running. I was stood roughly about where that clipping point is last year when I put a fire out on Kuba's E46 Compact when the oil return melted and caught, oil feed melted and caught fire. Still possibly one of the craziest experiences of my life. Emptied a full 9 kilogram extinguisher all over it. And then Kuba stole Bartek's car and drove it to third step.
Wow. Fair play to him.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's a, like I say, you can't keep a good Kuba down.
No, definitely not. And I mean, that's the green.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, that is indeed Kuba.
Very
obviously.
Jap style.
Yeah, very cool. Obviously, Kuba is a spray painter by trade, he does a lot with those cars, makes them real neat and nice. Obviously, and also Kuba running on short time for his car at the minute because him and his lovely partner Dominica obviously welcomed a beautiful baby girl into their lives just before the Three Sisters round, and he hasn't missed a round yet to give him his due. So the man's running on about an hour's kip and spite and caffeine. So as Matt Gell now leaves the line for his second run, obviously quite a good qualifying position so far. A very good line, good entry from Matt Gell there. A little bit more straight than the judges would like, possibly just not quite catching that clip, but getting it all gathered up by 4. As he runs straight down towards the Manji alley, getting the car Manji left and right, just about getting it transitioned in the right spot, planting his foot now, using the FDF Fab angle kit there to get it out towards the final clip and across the line. Do not think that's going to be an improvement on his score, but I'm fairly certain his first run will have him safe for battle action if everything plays for him. Would really like to see him get into battles because he really shines in his chase driving. This is definitely something that I'm super keen to see. Matt with his thumbs up. Happy boy. And now we move from an LS 350 to a JZ 350 as Chrissy Palmer now leaves the line. Currently sitting 6th in 80.3. Chrissy with the GoPro mount on the back of the car. Good entry, but on the handbrake was not as wild as first entry. Getting it out a long way towards the outside clip. Bringing it out to 4. Back up to Manji alley. Manji's the car left, then flicks it across to the right, brings it down, plenty of angle to keep the car slowed up while maintaining power and drift. A lot of smoke out the back of that car to the end clip and across the line.
Definitely looking stronger in that run. But one thing you mentioned about obviously seeing FDF in that other 350. I've got a cool little story about FDF. Obviously, Josiah Felice, the owner of FDF, I actually helped him practice in the sim for the final of Drift Masters last year.
Oh no way! That's cool.
Made a good friendship with him through that.
Do you know what's funny is his Falaise in French means cliff, so his actual name is Joe Cliff. I don't know if he even knows that. I'm guessing Josiah is French Canadian with a last name like Falaise.
I'd guess so. I don't. It's weird how like the Canadians have the French side
because tomber en falaise means fall off a cliff. Does work if you want to insult somebody without actually swearing at them in French.
That's quite handy.
So Chrissy Palmer does improve on his score a little bit with an 82.7, puts him in 5th, just knocking Michael Bennett down the order very slightly. Current cut-off force, we do have 32 qualifiers, so 32 drivers with a score. That will be the last scoring driver will be Claudio on a 40.3. Everybody up from that will go in ascending order this time. Claudio Uhas, Edgar Crummins, Damon Haskett, Paul Shield, Carl Perrin, Patrick Rakovic, Bob Spray, Patrick Bukovinski, Nathan Rudd, Ross Juniper, Mindagas, Gabby, Kai Barlow, Kev Florence, Paddy Byrne, Callum Allenby, Paul Seymour, Rich Graham, Matthew Gell, Matthew Gell, Michael Dargan, Nathan Latore, Jack Coburn, Vicky Weaver Lynch, Jack Chapman, Luke Talley, Harry Cunliffe, Michael Bennett, Chrissy Palmer, Hayden Renton, Alfie Hunter, Ryan Milton, and topping qualifying, as he frequently does, Mr. Kieran Bond.
Yep, Kieran Bond doing an insanely good job in that E46. You could definitely be a rapper, I could say, Harry, with the way you're doing those lists.
Well, how do you think I spent my late teens? You should have seen me with my baggy jeans and my gold
Was
chain.
Was that hat backwards?
No, I used to wear that. I used to wear proper New Era fitteds backwards. Like the sixth form, yeah. The pictures of me in sixth form, I cringe when I see them.
Spiked up hair with gel.
No, I didn't do that. I didn't suit it. There is a really embarrassing photo of me somewhere wearing a gold chain and a Pittsburgh Penguins hat.
I could definitely see you being the kid at the school disco doing knee slides.
I tell a lie. It wasn't. It was a Pirates hat that my friend brought me back from Pittsburgh, which was really cool. Yeah, a friend of mine, Connor. Shout out to Connor. You won't be watching this, buddy, but it just on some off chance you are. Thanks for the Pittsburgh Pirates hat. I've still got it.
I mean, make it work.
I'm not doing a reenactment of the picture, Anthony. As I've just seen Scott McDermott get pushed off the line there. Hopefully not a big issue there. Obviously that car has an SR under the bonnet, so it could be anything.
Yeah.
SR20 dead.
SR thing.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I say it's really so what happens. Like I remember last year Tora Kavir had to bow out of Poland because the battery cable fell off the back of his kill switch.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking to watch.
He couldn't fix it in time. It was real sad actually. So Tora Kavir, obviously one of my favourite drivers in DMEC, and it's really sad to see anybody go out to a mechanical failure, especially one as simple as an M6 stud falling out.
No, definitely. I was sat there in the spotters area as it happened, and watching his face kind of just drop when it happened.
As Ian Walpole is back out for his first run, obviously car was towed out of the burnout box. Ian Walpole, still having a few issues with the car, I believe. Yeah, so Ian Walpole still having a few issues with the car there. Obviously, the car it's just been fighting him all event, that car. It's been fighting him all year, in fact. Obviously, very weird setup in that car. M20 turbo, very, very strange. Not the easiest car to drive, I don't think. Very, very peaky power band. Obviously, a M20 B25, not the most gutsy thing. 12 valves.
I mean, you gotta make do with what you got, and then unfortunately, it is what it is. It's drifting. Motorsport is intense on all of this. Oh, it looks like he's got back to life, and
yeah. So obviously,
it was smoky.
Yeah, some kind of. I think it's a turbo oil return. That. So it's some kind of ignition cut, possibly. Don't know.
Seems to be sounding pretty healthy as he's going past us. Very unfortunate there, as when it shut down, he did put a hand out. It was a bit of frustration, which obviously very valid. But we have Luke Talley back on the line in that crazy GTR 86 with a big flip there going into outer one, pulling out through into outer two. Look at the smoke bellowing out of the back of it as it comes through three, transitioning into four. I can hardly see the car. It's just in a massive smoke screen as he comes through the Manji section, looking very solid. Lots of commitment, lots of angle as he comes now into seven, doing a solid job. Lots of angle. Look at the line on him. Luke Talley, hats off to you as he comes across the line.
Just had the question there, are we sure Luke Talley's on road tyres? And I can confirm yes. Although, something I will say about Luke Talley is he normally has more semi-slicks with him than road tyres. So Luke's probably angling to see if he can get into the big class tomorrow. I feel like if he starts as he means to go on, he's pretty good. Say 15th in the points after one event's pretty damn impressive. As Matt Fitton now leads the line for his second run, Mr. Fit and Fab. Hopefully, learning from his last mistake. Possibly not working the way he wants it to. A little bit bad entry, which does unfortunately set yourself up incorrectly for the rest of the run. Matt is sort of gathering up towards the end of the run, but I'm not sure that's straightened there. The judges are being pretty harsh on any kind of straighten or miss clip on the entry, so Might have got a score, but I don't think it's going to be not going to be one for the photo album, I'm afraid.
No, definitely not. And
ladies and gentlemen, if you do want to follow on with the scores, you probably mentioned we do have live scoring available on the Drift League GB website. So if I'm running through a bit too fast for you, I'm trying to fill time in between these runs, which are coming thick and fast. If you guys go on to Drift League GB, there will be on the website there will be a tab marked live, and when you go in live, there'll be options for the battles, for the qualifying. If you find the Class 2 qualifying grid, you can follow on at home, check out all the qualifying scores. Obviously, I'm not sure if Bondi now being unseated by Luke Talley, but I will check.
As we have Ryan Milton now coming down the main straight in that Mark 1 MX-5 with the Firefly Speed Shot kit. Nice initiation coming through in a clip 2. Does come very shallow going towards 3, and he has to straighten out to get the car where he needs to. Coming around now into the Manji section, he is definitely not going to be happy with this one. Obviously, he has a good first score, so he has to just put everything on the line here to try and improve. But comes across line, and unfortunately, with a nice 360 there to finish up, he knows that he made a big mistake. But obviously, he's very safe with this first score.
It don't matter. 86.7 second place. I've had a very quick go at the maths, and I've worked out that there's physically no way he can't get into battles now.
Yeah, but he knows
unless the car explodes.
Well,
oh god, is that the commentator's curse again?
Giving us a bit of beans here at the commentator's tower. Yeah, no, MX-5 engines are unbelievably reliable at times. Jarvis Williams would beg to differ.
Yeah, he would beg to differ, right.
But now we have Ollie in that E36. Doing a nice job so far. Shallow on 3. The rear end just seems to be getting less and less every time we see it as it comes through into the Manji section. Big angle there from Ollie though, making it work as he comes around into 7, but shuts down as he comes around and finishes it off. Very unfortunate end to his run there.
Yeah, definitely not what Ollie would have wanted there, unfortunately. Obviously, that car, the self-undressing E36 as we drive past. I'm not sure if the quarter panel's been refitted yet. That'll be a very good question. Is it still red on the inside? Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes, you can see that was actually a factory Hellrock car, which is a bit of a shame, because that's quite a rare colour.
That is very unfortunate. Obviously, I was just mentioning about Jarvis Williams with reliability of MX-5 engines. Unfortunately, he did have a engine issue at the end of last round.
Well, yeah, because he cooked it.
Yeah, it is what it is, but he's coming back with a newer build.
Yeah, as Bob Spray now leaves the line. Bob Spray, 2K, a lot of power, a lot of commitment from Bob Spray. Look at the legs on that S14. Gordon Bennett, what an absolutely amazing, impactful run so far. Maybe not the most technically proficient run, a little bit of a weird job there on the Manji, but what an incredible, impactful run there. Tons of tyre smoke, almost giving Luke Talley in the Bacon Burner a run for its money there, I think.
No, definitely. It did look like he almost straightened out there, going towards the Manji.
Yeah, it definitely did. So Rob currently sitting 26th with 53. Not sure if he'll improve on that score. Seeing a lot of pensive faces from the judges. So I'm not 100% sure he's going to improve on the score. They're currently sitting 26th. We do have a couple of drivers who are unfortunately guaranteed out now, which is a shame. We will obviously run through the full scoring bracket at the end of the round as Carl Perrin comes down for his second run. Carl needing to bump himself up a little bit here. Currently he's sitting 28th, so 5th from the bottom.
Definitely a scary place to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll have to see what he does as he comes now into initiation. Nice flick. Initiation there, coming around into out of nice and wide on that A-line as he comes around now into 4. Coming in through to the Manji. Lots of smoke, lots of angle coming through. Oh, but it sounds like he almost shuts down there, manages to keep it going. No, going into 7, but over-rotates and unfortunately shuts it down.
Oh, goodness me. It was all going so well. So, yeah, Carl there, unfortunately. Carl of CP Landscaping. If you're in the Bath area, please make sure you hit up Carl at CP Landscaping for all your landscaping needs so that he can... See, he could give Martin Lawrence a few points there rather than, do it with like a lawnmower rather than an E46. But yes, Carl Perrin does need to purchase a new bumper and headlight and indicator for an S14. They're quite expensive now, so please hit them up with your business. As Patrick Rakovich now leaves around for 154 turbo into the bonnet of that car. 200 very, very wide from Patrick, almost kissing the tyre wall there. He gathers it up, keeps it going as it runs all the way out towards the end of the circuit into Mangielli, gets the car transition left, but big tight drop. transitions right, doesn't upset him too much, but that will obviously impact his score. You're supposed to drift on the tarmac, and a force to the finish, and a quick ejecto of the rear bumper. I'm not sure if that's a safety feature.
We'll just
What's
say
the bit in Death Race? Drop the tombstone.
Definitely.
Shout out to Mr. Bio Reckless on the live stream. Rich is getting podium. Watch out, hang loose emoji. Yeah, potentially. Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, how the tide has turned. Yeah, nobody's talking about Rich running off onto the grass anymore. Everyone's going, oh, podium for Rich this weekend. So maybe Mr. Beacon going over people's expectations there. Who knows?
Nah, definitely. The Bacon Mower. The Bacon Mower. What a name, honestly.
Just noticed there, I've actually got my text from Carl Farrar talking about how he used to own Jack Coburn's E30. Regular as religion, that thing, like a Kennedy funeral, you could set your watch by it.
Looks like the crossing gate is open once again.
Yeah, I think quite hot. A lot of people probably going in the cafe for a drink. Guys, if you're up on the bank, please make sure you're staying hydrated and sun creamed. It's very, very, very warm up there. See, we're stood in a breeze, so we feel quite nice up here. But I absolutely guarantee you, I am going to be red raw when I walk off of this truck. It is, it's an absolutely incredible day here in sunny South Wales. Not a cloud in the sky, ladies and gentlemen. Barring one small massive downpour at Driftland, we've been really, really lucky with weather so far this year, and I think everyone has enjoyed it. Obviously, nobody likes drifting in the rain. The spectators don't want to watch it. The drivers don't want to drive in it. We don't want to stand outside and commentate in it. So we always have to be thankful for the weather gods shining down on us, I think. I don't know about you, Brandon,
no,
but I don't like
definitely.
standing in the rain.
Me neither. I don't think anyone does.
Now, as Paul Seymour leaves the line in season 2, what you said at 13, running a little bit wide on that, on the second clip there, third clip, but a very, very weird entry into 4, bit of a straight and handbrake drag, bringing out now plenty of angle, plenty of power into Mangiali, transitions it left, transitions it right, brings it down, gets it slowed up, out to the edge of the circuit for the final clip, but coming away a little bit shy and across the line. Don't think that's going to be an improvement on his score there, but I guess I'm not a judge, so I don't know. I'm very, something you may know about me is I'm very keen on telling people I'm not a judge. Again, I can't afford to lose that many friends. Away from Paul there, good to see you, my man.
Definitely not the strongest run there in that S13, but definitely trying to make it work. As like we've been saying this entire time so far, it is a very high commitment track, and I like to call it Little Riga, but this does look like Will Hardy coming back out, the Scottish man with a plan in that GJ46, looking very nice, lots of commitment, maybe just missing out on 3 there, but comes around into out of 4. Oh, a little tire drop as he comes around. Is he going to do a classic Hardy and go a bit too hard? We'll have to see as he comes around now into out of 7. Doing a nice job, keeping it nice and wide, pinning the throttle as he comes across the line. Definitely an improvement. Yeah. Obviously, he puts a score on the board.
Obviously, Willie Hardy or Frank Abagnale Jr. to his mates, having a real problem with that car filling up with smoke. He tagged the wall at Driftland a couple of rounds ago, and he's obviously disturbed some kind of bonded seam or something. They keep hunting around it, trying to make sure that they can do it. It's definitely not. Unfortunately, when you upset the bonded skins in these modern cars, it's very difficult to do anything about that. That's why obviously Peter Vicek's Super was a write-off, because they couldn't jig it straight because it was bonded. Real shame after James used it as a grind rail. As Damon Haskett comes down now.
In that, I do believe it is, just not being able to get it to go to angle, but has to try and get it to go to make the run work. But this is definitely not looking good, as it is a very scrappy run so far. Trying to get that. I do believe there's a V12 in that. Definitely not the most conventional sounding V12, but I do believe it is a. Is it BMW V12?
BMW V12 with that. It's an M73. It's not. No, it's out of like a 7 Series.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's a weird setup in that car.
Yeah,
but
just a little bit.
Yeah. It's also. Yes. So he has got a twin turbo Mercedes V12 to possibly put in it, but the main thing with that car obviously is nothing off the shelf for it though. So those later SLKs are a rack and pinion. The earlier ones are a steering gearbox, a very, very old-fashioned style of steering, recirculating ball steering. That one a little bit easier, but again, still there's nothing off the shelf for those cars. You know, you have to make just about everything yourself. So it's definitely something that Damon's determined to try and make work.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it might be sheer bloody mindedness at this point.
So
yeah,
no,
very good point.
definitely.
Yeah, Damon actually at Formula G, at Teesside, did a bunch of stuff to try and get the VTOL SOK dialed out for this round. As Kieran Bond now leaves the line of his team FMS, currently sitting top of qualifying, doing a very, very good job there. Again, being plugged into this line as usual with Kieran Bond. Absolutely incredible job there from the little 3 litre under the bonnet of the 46 Coupe, right to the edge of the circuit on the Manji, bringing it out nice and wide, dragging it down into the bottom corner, kissing the last clipping point, and across the line. And he'll be a very, very happy boy with that, with a few extra gratuitous Manjis to finish the run off. I'm expecting an arm out of the window here from Kieran.
Oh no, definitely. I mean, Kieran, very talented driver. As he gives us a wave going past.
Well
good
done,
lad.
Kieran. Absolutely.
Very good
A round of applause from the judges. That is high praise. I'm getting, there's a very, very knowing look. Jojo's got the old hands on the hips and the nod, so I'm guessing that's a good sign. She's doing the I'm a little teapot, short and stout. So it's so yeah, I'm not sure if that. Oh yeah, no, tell light, he does improve, 89.7. So
Oof.
bumps his qualifying score up a couple of points. Definitely well high at the top of qualifying now as Edgars leaves the line in the once. Just about get there on the C line, which is a lot better than missing it completely. So very, very good. Lots and lots of power now into Manji Alley. Yeah, flicks it to the left, flicks it to the right, gets the car gathered up. Loads and loads of angle there to stale it out towards the very edge of the circuit and across the line. I think a better run from Edgars there. Not sure where it will drop him into the qualifying order.
No, definitely. I mean, one thing with this layout especially is if in practice, if you're struggling with certain points, let's say going from 2 to 3, sometimes it's good just to try and get it to the C line on 3 and sacrifice.
Edgars currently balanced on the drop zone with a 42.7, pardon me.
Oof.
So will he improve on that score? I feel like that must be an improvement, but I don't know for definite. He has moved up the order. I'm just looking for him now. Oh yeah, big improvement for Edgars, 8th with a 79.3.
Oh wow.
Very, very good Edgars. And Nathan Rudd leaves the line now. The poor old battle-scarred Compact as he comes through. Very, very good, very fast line here from Nathan. But possibly overdoing it. Drops the wheel into the dirt, which sets him up really badly for the Manji, unfortunately. Dirt drops very heavily penalised on this circuit. It's quite wide, so it's not really a spot where dirt dropping's kind of the thing. So it's definitely, the driver's definitely coming in way too hard if they're running off the circuit. So
Oh yeah, massively. I mean, going through 3 to 4, you could just see the panic as he was going through towards the Manji section. Definitely clenching quite hard there, I'd say, if I was in his shoes. But manages to make it work. But we do have this gorgeous E46 back out once again with the bonnet in there for the turbo. Coming through now to Alco 3, doing a good job now. Big flip, maybe too early on the transition, which does set him pre up. Not the best for the Manji. Manages to get a nice bit of angle coming down now into out of 7. Makes a good job out of the rest of this run as he comes across the line.
Yeah, not a terrible run there from Artyom, but again, possibly not sure where that will sit you in the grand order of things. A little bit difficult to chase some transitions in. I should also say this track very, very gripped now. A lot of rubber gone down, and obviously these are the lower powered cars from today, so possibly a few cars not having the legs, catching a lot of grip, so you really have to go fast and commit. And also, I just want to make it abundantly clear to the gentleman on the live stream, I don't have a problem with SRs. I've built and maintained SRs myself. I just think in drifting, V8's the way.
Nah, I'm going to have to disagree with you. Me being an MX-5 owner, 4-pot, 4-cylinder, it is God tier. But with E46 going through, doing a good job so far. Oh, just a bit of a check up there as he comes around into the Manji section. Has to almost straighten out to manage to bring the line back around, but manages to come around into 7. Not the most angle, and it seems like it was off power almost there. Very low throttle, maybe even off throttle coming into out of 7. So we'll have to see what the judges think of that, as it wasn't the strongest run there.
No, but obviously a lot better than ending up in the tyre wall there.
Oh no, definitely.
Yeah, so yeah, no, I'm sorry, right? I'm also a reformed Turbo MX-5 owner, right? I've got no issue with 4-cylinder turbos.
It's just SRs.
No, it's not even just that it's SRs. It's just I think 4 cylinders in drifting have had their time.
No, yeah.
Yeah, so my thing about SRs is that there are ways to work around all the problems with them, but they require a lot of work around to make them. I'll just bin it, put a V8 in. As Yanis leaves the line now, a lot more equipment this time. Again, hitting the rev limiter there, which is really affecting his ability to drag that car out wide. Very, very wide and very fast here, pulling way too fast as he goes off, ploughing the field.
He does manage to miss the tyres though, so that's a good
He does. No, he didn't. He thought he'd try and be a hero and ended up a 0.
Typical, ain't it? Oh, and he's definitely. Well,
It's not over yet, people. It's like the Jamaican bobsleigh team. He's going to pick the car up and carry it. And he could do that, Yanis, because I'm fairly certain of everybody here, I bet Yanis could bench press the most. That man is
Probably,
is a grizzly bear that walks like a man. As Paul Shield leaves the line here, in the 8-speed shifted LS3, S13, now running with no bonnet on. Paul doing a very good job there, so I'm a little bit shallow on the click up to 3. Coming down, catching a little bit of grip and a little bit of understeer. And having to, no. I think that's just done what it always does, which is it's kicked itself up into 27th gear. That's the issue with those 8 speeds, like I say, is if they get hot, they kick up gears. These cars are getting very, very hot out there today, obviously. Pembrey, a real sun trap, so it's definitely not the easiest track on in terms of mechanical stuff. Car sounds a little bit misfirey as well as it comes past.
Yeah, it's definitely not in its best health, but we'll have to see.
I just want to preface this by saying that I do like V8s, but I'm partial to double overhead cam ones, where the spark plugs go in the top of the engine where they belong, rather than it being header, spark plug wire, header, spark plug wire, header, spark plug wire, because there's only one way that's going to end, and it's a lot of melting.
I mean, I wouldn't know. I've not owned a V8 or driven a V8.
As Patrick Kupovinsky leaves the line here in the Team Top Drift E36 Turbo. Very, very good line so far. Long way out to that final clipping point. Coming in nice and fast into Mangielli, gets the car transition one way, gets it settled, goes the other way, brings it down very, very fast out towards the outer clip, all the way to the edge of the circuit. Very, very good run there from a car that was mapped by ear in the pits.
Yeah, no, definitely solid run. I dare to say that was definitely an improvement from his first.
Ooh, I don't know.
We'll go on opposite.
What do you want me to have to get the score sheet out and check like I'm some kind of commentator?
Maybe.
You're not my boss. Let me have a little look at some scores actually, guys. So yeah, isn't Kieran Bond obviously solidifying his position at the top of the qualifying order?
Yep. So now.
Minnigus here in the E46 is going to be, small issue with the mic button again, as he comes down. Very, very good run so far, Minnie, but running a lot of angle there, drifting in slightly the wrong place in the circuit through Mangielli. Doesn't quite get the transition finished all the way. Judge is going to penalise him for that. Very good run out towards the last clip point, just tagging the bumper off the tyre wall. What is it about these Eastern European E46 drivers not going to keep bumpers on their cars?
I mean, it's only a temporary panel, to be fair. It's there to be beaten.
Is it?
I mean, to them it is.
I would personally say that that's definitely a panel that you want to keep on the car. If so, incidentally, just while we get that bumper recovered from... we're not going to recover that bumper because it's off the racing line, apparently, which is fair enough. So that's going to stay there to the end of qualifying. Not that many cars left to run, guys. Jack Coburn is in for his second one. Off on an absolute flyer. Whoa, goodness me! Right to the edge of the circuit there for Jack the Plumber. Apologise for screaming there, but I genuinely thought that was going to be more red on the red. As he comes through Mangielli there, gets the car transitioned up. Definitely playing a little bit safer now. He's looked the tyre wall in the eye. So a very, very good run there from... Very, very, very impactful run there from Jack, should I say. Amazingly, no cars actually going through that tyre wall on clip 3, which is quite impressive actually, because I reset that about 7 times the last time we were here.
I mean, obviously a lot of people are learning from their mistakes. It's definitely interesting to see someone like Jack make a mistake like that. Maybe just going a bit too hard. Usually he's a very calm and collected driver, And maybe this time he's just had a bit more adrenaline pumping in him and just wanted to send it a little bit harder. And it just goes to show even the best of the line drivers do tend to make mistakes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think obviously the temptation is. I mean, Jack obviously quite comfortable currently sitting 9th of the 79, so it was worth it to push, see if we get a bit higher up the order. Paddy Byrne, speaking of pushing, Paddy here with the hand control S15. Very good line so far from our Paddy there as he comes down. So far, an absolutely fantastic run here. Paddy putting on a clinic with just his arms working in there. He's saying the stock LS power steering pump was the demon tweak on that car as he gets out towards the outer zone, kisses it just perfectly and across the line. Very good run there from our Paddy. Absolutely fantastic run so far. Really happy for Mr. Keep It Welded.
Definitely, and it just goes to show that Paddy is a man that wants to prove that no matter what life throws at you, just never let it keep you down.
For those people wondering what the control tyre is in Class 2, it's whatever they turn up on.
Yes, it does have to be
a road tyre. Yeah. So there's some people here on. I'm sure. Like for example, Luke Talley will be on Pirelli P0s. I'm sure some of the people might be on like what they found around the back of the tyre shop with 3 mil on it.
We do have Kai now back out in that Mark 1. And doing a good job so far as he comes around now. He's out 3. A bit wider this time, making the most of the course. Oh, maybe going a bit too deep there. Oh, manages to save it. It looks like he was about to go off, but manages to keep it going. So a good job there from Kai in that little MX-5. Comes around now into out 7. Doing a good job, nice and wide as he comes across the line. One thing that I've been thinking about, if they can go on any road tyre, technically someone could buy some Valino Pergio 08s.
Yes, they could if they happen to
have a lot of money.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Well, no. An NS2R is a semi-slick. Yeah, but we classify NS2Rs as a semi-slick because a lot of people run them on the front. I mean, everyone knows that when it's wet, rain sports to the Demon Tweak.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What an amazing tyre. Incidentally, guys, if you want an all-weather tyre for your car, then you know rain sport is absolutely the way to go. And they don't pay me to say that. That's just I just like them.
Back out now in that EJ6 Robbie line, going very deep there, going into out of 3, doing a good job, maybe a bit shallow going into 4 as he comes around now into the Margie section, looking very solid, lots of commitment, lots of speed as he comes around into out of 7, doing a nice job. Can he keep it going? Yes he can as he comes across the line. Hats off and take a bow. Ollie doing a good job there in that very beaten up E36. Almost looks like the tracking's slightly off and it's almost crab walking in some form. I'm not too sure, maybe that's just me. But did a very good job there in that run.
Yeah, so I don't know about you, but I've noticed that one of those back wheels seems to have a little bit more camber than the other, so hopefully nothing bent from his off up there.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, talking of people with a need to improve, obviously Ian Walpole coming out here for his second run. The car's still not behaving by the sounds of it, but we'll see what happens. He inflicts it in. This time, doing a very good account of himself here through the transition. Wow, very, very snappy transition there, very, very fast. Very grippy as he comes through into Mangielli, gets the car settled really, really well actually. The very, very good run so far from Ian Walpole. Just has to keep it together towards the end of the circuit. Oh, no, and a shot down just before the line. And I can see Ian's dejected hand coming out of the window. Hopefully, we just need to see. I'm just going to ask the drone pilot to see if he was over the line on the shutdown. Oh, okay, Ian Walpole after the line on the shutdown. So judges conferring now, looking at the tape back just to make sure that they call this the correct way, although the car apparently not very healthy. Still currently rolling to a stop, not under its own steam.
Very unfortunate way to finish the run. Obviously, if it is over the line, then obviously it will it's a bit of a weird one, so we're going to have to let the judges
judges having a bit of a configuration on this to see what they think. Obviously, good effort there from Mr. Ian Walpole, doing a lot for the single jingles out there. And we have the confirmation, we have the universal arm cross from Brad McQueen, safe. So he was over the line, so he will get a score on the board there, as the Skid Risk S14 has appeared. Now I do believe this might be Scott McDermott. in the skid. So he's stolen. Obviously, last round, Josh Dunning loaned him. He loaned Josh Dunning his car, and now I believe Scott is having the favour repaid. Looks like Scott's S13 having some problems there as Scott goes out for his first, last, and only run in that car. Obviously, Scott not getting out for his first run, technically speaking, means he can get in any car on that grid, go out and qualify it with the owner's permission. Obviously, whatever you start your first running, guys, is the car you have to drive for the weekend. There's no going out and qualifying one car, bringing it in, getting into a different chassis. So Scott there, obviously, clearly something amiss with his S13 and the crew maybe not having time to fix it. So Josh Dunning, being the absolute top geezer that he is, has just gone, there you go, mate, take that for a spin.
That's what teammates are all about. I mean, I'm guessing he'll be running the wheels and tyres from his S13 on that.
Yes, I did notice as he drove past, I think 720s on the back, so yes, that will be a road tyre.
Yep, so that's a good thing about both having S chassis. Generally,
Yeah,
same stuff.
well, most Japanese cars has 5x114 hubs, so
Yeah.
it's like most. I think only Subaru don't use 5x114 hubs if they're 5-stud, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's quite handy then. Everyone's kind of on the same page, but who's going to use the Subaru in drifting? What, Team Orange?
Yeah, or Mark Brown.
Wait, Mark, if you're around, did you ever be in a Subaru?
Yeah, Mark had a Hawkeye Impreza with a turbo BMW8 in it and 350Z back end.
Sir. Oh, so
and actually, also incidentally as well, I believe Kai Haynes, who is a guy who does a lot of the grassroots stuff, he has an LS-powered Subaru.
Why
Same as Jap Speed. You remember they had a 1J powered Subaru? It got stolen. Remember it got stolen, and then it ran out of fuel and they abandoned it. They've now reinvigorated that with an LS. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the very last run of qualifying. Scott obviously comes straight back round with fresh tyres on the skid risk Boss S14. Obviously Josh Dunning watching with cracks in his fingers as Scott flicks the car very quickly into angle. Whoa, a little bit of a straight there from Scott, making sure that he doesn't rip any of that £7,000 kit off of the tyre wall. I love the Boss S14, and I was watching that through the cracks in my fingers then. That was definitely a squeaky bum moment, I think, for Scott there, because it's not his aero, and it's a lot of money to replace it. Obviously, Scott not wanting to bend a borrowed car, but a respectable run there from somebody who's driven nothing, obviously not used to the power band of a JZ. So guys, that will do it for us for qualifying. We will see you guys very shortly after the lunch break. So if you guys want to head into the infield, check out the cars, check out the drivers, grab yourself some merch, obviously. Go see the lovely blender at DLGB, go and see the guys at Man Cave Pems. Check out all Pavel's lovely shiny bits at PO Performance that I'd definitely buy if I were a rich man, biddy 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 bum. And we will see you guys very shortly. Take it easy.